So let me get this one started right, and I'll go over on my main channel and share it, and we'll get some viewers. This is a live stream for my amazing subscribers in England and in Europe and all over the world besides America, because in America at 5 a.m. they sleeping. Hey Rach, nice to see. Nice to see. I saw that video. I watched it, and I heard about that video before. But you know the funny thing is that I heard that he was picking his nose on cam. That was like one of the first videos he was doing with LtV, and I mean the guy is a total wash. He's a total washout, totally washed out. And I got actually an emergency news broadcast for everyone that we'll wait for a couple people to jump in, and then hey, what's up, game over? Yeah, so we're just waiting for a few people to join in. Quiet, boy. Don't do that. Sorry, I gave him some treats and he's acting all stupid. But I got news, man. Good news, good news, good news. And I guess I could just break the news, and as people come in, we'll just go over it again a little bit later in the broadcast. So I'm sure people have noticed that this last weekend was very, very calm. You know, well, hey Adelaide, what's up? So yeah, and it was very calm this weekend for a reason. First of all, this weekend was DEF CON. And DEF CON, what happens after DEF CON, every year on YouTube in August, after DEF CON, whenever they run their DEF CON, these guys all come back from there, and basically that's like basically a multi-channel network of DEF CONers, you know, so basically they're all wannabe hackers, and they come back, and some of them team up and join together, and they come back and they initiate a purge through just basically reporting and crowd striking and being lame on YouTube. And DEF CON, well, it ended it ended on Sunday, so we're 2 days into it. So we'll see something weird will happen on YouTube from the DEF CON. And for sure, 100%, these guys that brought Kappy to YouTube, the people that so if Kappy came to YouTube and he spoke to Thomas from Cicada before he came on YouTube, so he was over on Twitter, he spoke to Thomas, and Thomas gave him the heads up and set him up on the LtV show. That's how he got all his little connections. That's how he knew everybody, is that basically he spoke to the Cicada group. So they're not just doing cicada puzzles, okay? So what I want to explain to you is that more and more this Pizzagate is starting to look like it's part of the cicada groups. You know, it's them too that's programming that. Because Cicada was pre-Pizzagate, and they used a lot of the same people that were pushing the Cicada moved right over into Pizzagate. And that's how they roll. That's how they roll. That's how they make their stuff go viral. So the fact that I saw Kappy today do a live stream, and Kappy's not very smart. Remember, we caught him picking his nose on camera, and that was his first like big break on YouTube. And he's got his laptop open. He's picking his nose. So the guy's not brilliant, and it's a live stream, so it's out. You never take that back, man. Everyone's got that video. I didn't actually even see what he was doing, but I was listening to the video, and then near the end I saw that he was picking his nose before he closed the screen, and then I was like, oh, this is the nose picker video. Because when I watch these videos, even the ones like the meme videos that Hoax Wars does, you know, like, unless it's someone really interesting and new, like, you know, when Quinn first arrived, or when Dave Acton first exposed himself, after the person's fully exposed and I'm just like repeating myself, I actually don't even like to watch their faces. I don't like listening to them. So it's like it's hard for me to watch a video after a guy's been here 2 weeks and he's totally flatlined. This guy Kappy is ruining Pizzagate. So that's the good news. That's the bonus round good news, is that by Kappy coming to YouTube, he really accelerated the downgrading of the 5 people in the Pizzagate. That we can see that 5 plus, and they all have 5 friends. There's like 25 people that came to push Pizzagate, and then everyone just friggin' joined in. It's the same thing with Q. And then people that join in and they're monetizing and start getting money, well, they never want to stop. So the good thing about Kappy is Kappy's not Kappy's not even a Defango level of Kappy's he's basically spilled the beans on the whole operation in this one video just by what he didn't say. So he was saying in the last video, I did a video on it, but I only included 30 seconds of Kappy and a bunch of silly looking hairdos. And basically what he was muttering about is he was saying that he was looking to the people in his chat. So I guess he's doing his live streams on Facebook, and then someone, Truth Inferno, is sharing them over here up onto YouTube from one channel. Like all his things go from Facebook and then on another channel because Kappy doesn't have a channel. So when Kappy tries to come to YouTube and go viral, well, he don't have the bus pass. They don't have the right access pass to get any kind of credibility. So what he did is he paid to get traction, and he paid Lift the Veil, and he paid all the people that Thomas pointed him to. So you got to just take that into account, Lift the Veil. And if Thomas is pointing him to Lift the Veil, then and Thomas is working with Defango. So they're those 3 are working together. I mean, the thing that ruins it for Kappy is that his mouth is I think he just doesn't think about what he's saying when he doesn't say something. So he was over on his little Facebook chat, and he was saying about how he needs to pull himself out of the Pizzagate story. And then when he said that, I mean, you're talking about a guy that was picking his nose on camera. So we're not talking about genius level awareness here. So when he says that he needs to pull himself out, he's just chirping what the people above him have told him. That you basically got to pull yourself out of this scenario because you're making it worse. And we'll keep you over here on Facebook, but you got to pull out of the YouTube and the social media. Probably even got to pull out of the Twitter thing a bit. Even though on Twitter it's easy to deceive people because it's all fake accounts and anonymous losers. And nobody can't make a response video to your tweet. They just tweet back. So tweets only have so much. They only move so much of a person. So the fact that the guy's saying that he needs to pull himself out, somebody's told him that he needs to pull himself out. So what that means, folks, and this is how we do the psychic LARP. I'm going to get myself a little crystal ball at the secondhand store, one of those globes, and I'll use that. I'll put that right here in my video. I'll shine some lights in it, and we'll freak them out. They'll think I'm a Merlin over here. Well, basically, when Kappy says that he needs to pull himself out, that's telling me that the people above him that are paying for this operation to go viral, like paying, whatever it's costing. If you got 10 people working and they're all information specialists and all kinds of credentials, man, that's $1 million in salaries American, like in 1 year. It's like a lot of these people that are trying to go viral, that are running these high-end LARPs, like the Kappy LARP that came to town, and how he's calling out Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg's. Like, these are high-end LARPs. Like, this is like the kind of stuff that Vice tries to entertain. So when he says he needs to pull out, that's telling me They're pulling him out. They pulled his VidMe card. This happens to people that I'm following all the time. They straight up get taken right off YouTube to save the scam. And what that means, on the other hand, is that they have another person that they will be presenting probably tomorrow morning. There's going to be a new superstar, and he's going to be fresh and clean. And plus, I've been telling these LARP scammers that they need to get some fresh faces and stop trying to bring back the same 4 clowns. You know, we don't want to see Defango go rescue some more Spears of Destinies from caves. All pretend. All Dungeons and Dragons live feed video of him LARPing, going to pick up things out of caves that were put there by Thomas. And then he didn't even end up going in the cave. He ended up going to Thomas's house to pick up the damn spear. And then he did a bunch of videos. And by that time, he knew it was a LARP. 100% by that time when he went to pick up the spear. And then after that, he's pretty much, the next year, he's pretty much writing the damn puzzles. Okay, another thing that I want to point out to the class here. We got 5 people. You guys are going to be at least 7 days ahead of the LARPs after you hear this one. Okay, so we got the... I got to go make myself a cup of tea. But just to fill you in case I forget what it's about, is that Kappy mentioned in his little go-away speech, which was him saying he's got to detach himself from the whole, because every time he shows up, it goes bad for him, he said. But the reality is the next thing he said was that he was looking to create some kind of a puzzle. And I was like, puzzle? Oh, I was like, this guy is weak, man. His you know, if you want to suggest things to people, you know, you first of all, if you're Kappy and you're already cold busted on YouTube and you only came here 11 days ago, you shouldn't suggest things from your mouth. They just are, it's like he was saying, they're basically rotten when they come out his mouth. Now that everyone's seen him picking his damn nose, I mean, he's not gonna be able to get very much credibility. I mean, all that nose picking stuff is for the bathroom and for the shower. It's not for live cam. That doesn't create any kind of a trend. So when Kappy said that he wanted to create some kind of a game board, he was suggesting that he would, you know, have all these people, and basically it's all these people that they are saying are effectively, you know, they're calling out all these people to being extreme criminals. Like pedophilia is like top of the food chain for the worst crimes you can do. So calling all these people out is borderline criminal, especially if you don't have evidence. They didn't go to court, and someone on YouTube told you that he was a PD, you know? So, I mean, it's such a sickness on YouTube because of this Cicada group and people like them, not just to point them out, but people like them that are pushing this LARP, which is what it is. The whole Pizzagate going viral on YouTube is all a production. It's all right around Alephantis. Alephantis is around the ping pong pizza. Alephantis is around all the pictures that were released with the babies taped to fucking ping pong tables and retarded stuff like that. And, I mean, the viral story, Alephantis is the guy that went viral in 2009 with the Britney video. Remember Britney Spears? There was a transgender guy screaming, "Be nice to Britney." I don't know, you guys might have seen that video about 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago. Well, that video there gives you credibility to go around to people like that don't understand the internet, and they want, you know, they have a story that they want, and they will hire this guy. And this is the guy, obviously he knew that if he puts out those photos, people would look back in at him. And if he acted creepy around his little restaurant, more people would look back at him. And then, you know, so and then the FBI released a paper that said that all these symbols were symbols related to the Pizzagate investigation, which they were all kind of like, all of a sudden now everything came together. Like every pizzeria was Pizzagate, all the ice cream shops became Pizzagate, like anything that's like a fun circus type of treat, you know, like whereas before you'd get these things, you'd be out with your parents and you'd get some cotton candy, you know, so there might be a photo of two people holding hands, a small hand inside of a big hand. And now it's in this Pizzagate movement, it's all proposed that all this stuff is part of the behind the scenes, that everyone's involved in the trafficking of children, including all the police, all the local police and all the sheriffs. And so that's why I stay away from that mindset, because YouTube's not a place for you to investigate those things properly without, you know, without doing damage possibly to people that have nothing to do with whatever claims that some YouTubers are making. So when Kappy said that he wanted to go and make some kind of a place where people could go together and work and go over all their data and all the people that they're studying and basically stalking people, and you know, to encourage groups to go out and say that they actively do these things and stalking and dox and do all this stuff is like, you know, it's hard to do the wrong thing for the right reason. I mean, it's not as easy as you think. You know, it's like how the drug dealer is he's the coolest guy in the town, you know, in Colombia. The drug dealer is the guy that's got all the pull. But he's also the guy that kills people. Like, he might be nice, but so the government's the same thing. They're the people that got all the pull, but they're also the ones that put people in jail. So when Kappy started talking about his little puzzle, right away I say, oh no, CICADA's gonna friggin' try and turn this into some kind of a puzzle search, so that there's not one main person in charge, that it's crowdsourced basically activity, and then they can control it at a puzzle level with the leaks, kind of like how they did with Q. You know, QAnon, I mean, first they did CICADA, then they did Pizzagate, then they did QAnon. It's not technically all the same people like the QAnon group behind it, but all these groups that are running their own LARPs, the CICADA LARP, the Pizzagate LARP, the QAnon LARP, there's always a handful of people that know exactly where it started, because they're part of making it go viral. They're a big part of the reason it's going anywhere. And that's why you see people, you know, they got their hands out, they're ready to make money, and that's what they're here for, is to, I mean, they're not even looking for shit that's about to go viral. They're trying to bring the stuff to the table, going, and then make it, you know, with a bunch of strings and smoke and mirrors, they try and make it look like it's going viral, and really, they already have all the answers, they already have all the evidence. They know when to feed it out to these kids, because they've been practicing with CICADA. They've been practicing with, and look at how much older the crowd got. It went from being from 16 to 18, you know, with CICADA, to 18 to 30 with Pizzagate, and then from 30 to 60 with QAnon. So, and now, if Dodo Boy, the nose picker, is telling me that they want puzzles, I mean, that's just telling me that CICADA is going to come back, and they're gonna bring another person to the table, and they're going to try and get this new person to redirect. It might even be DeFango. This guy Kappy might try and hand off his viewers doing puzzles in one of these, you know, they'll have a Discord, they'll have a this, they'll have a that. And at some point, you're going to start to see their people. You're going to see Lift the Veil, you're going to see DeFango. And, you know, I mean, it doesn't get more complicated than that. That's basically the next LARP is going to be coming down the pipe soon, because Kappy's pulling out. So that I know for sure. And the fact that Kappy's saying that he's toxic is telling me that they've already found themselves someone else. Now, I don't know if you guys can follow my logic on that. Let me read some of these comments and see. What's up, Hashtag? Rach. Oh yeah, and we got to put a disclaimer on here because I got that lovely. I call her my super fighter, the grandmother, the truth convoy. So, she, I'll just put this disclaimer out there, because she watches my videos and then she goes back and makes a video and says I'm not that bright, and stuff like that. It's really amazing, but it's part of a lesson that everyone should see, that on YouTube, when you help people, especially other creators that create content, I mean, you're putting yourself out there. So, basically, this is to say that this is not like we're not in a gang. We're just a bunch of loosely joined YouTubers, and it's not like, she's saying that there's certain people that are involved in this cult, that cult, and then the taco cult, which is this girl Colleen and her friend, and they're what may be, it's been a court case that they've been doing in court for like 2 years now, since 2016. And as soon as these girls open court cases in their local sheriff's offices, people's channels are going down. That's why they're doing it. They're not really seeing each other in court. They're basically just producing this paper for YouTube, and then YouTube takes down channels for them in most cases with these court cases. So, look, I don't get involved. When I go to court, I'll bring my YouTube camera, okay? But I don't get involved in other people going to court. I don't need to. I'm not on YouTube trying to upset judges and if somebody has a court case for YouTube against another YouTuber, well, they missed the mark on that dartboard because the other YouTuber's probably broke as hell. So in America you can sue anyone. Yeah, so if you're suing YouTubers, well, you don't really understand the legal system over there. So it's possible that the court case is a LARP, just to make people nervous that if you speak out that you're going to end up in court. And it's possible that these two crazy ladies are taking each other to court and fighting it out with lawyers and judges. That's very possible too. I friggin' don't know. But just because I'm nice to Brenda, because you gotta understand, on YouTube in 2016 there was a very closely knit community of what they called conspiracy theorists. It wasn't even truthers at that time. And everybody knew each other. Like, that's where I know Laz from. And every time they purged, hundreds of creators left. Like, the good creators left, and all the people that were involved in no, well, they didn't leave because they knew it was going to get better for them. So the fact that I know these people, and that at some times I comment to all people, I talk to even people that, like, I talk to Monty a lot. I clown him under my videos, I make comments. It's not because we're friends. I don't understand how he could go from full blown over the top to basically he's like a caretaker now at a museum. He's more quiet than the church mouse. So obviously I gotta reassess these things all the time. Like, so it's just part of the scenario that I'm always looking at things. And then the Truth Convoy, she's always looking at things too, and including all my videos. Maybe she doesn't watch them all, but she watches a little bit about it, and she likes me from time to time. But then it's better not to like people anyways. So I don't mind that she's always, you know, she's happy with some of the things I do. But then every once in a while, when she sees me chatting with other people, or she sees me in some area, or someone freaks out, well, everyone gets roped in with her when she gets upset, and you all become part of a gang or a cult. And it's her way of seeing things, you know, and it's her way of explaining them, and it is not that. It's not totally pleasant when, you know, but you gotta understand, my videos aren't pleasant for people when I do them either, all the time. So I accept that, you know, that they're not always pleasant. She doesn't always speak well of me, but you know, obviously, when I'm talking to different people like Monograph, or let's say I'm talking to Brenda, I don't know for sure if Brenda's with them, but I know that we all know each other. Brenda, Laz, all those people, Universal Mother, all these people are from 2016. Like, just many of them don't really create, like all the people I named, they don't create real content. Like, it's just really, it's you know, well, I mean, they create real content, and they get, you know, let's say, I don't know, I'm sure they struggle to get 1,000 views in a lifetime on their channels. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy for everyone to make content, and then for other people to want to watch it. It's even harder. So, you know, the fact that I talk to these people, and you gotta talk to a lot of people on YouTube, man. This website is filled with freaks. Most of the biggest freaks are the first piece of people to talk to you and to try and gaslight you and say one thing out of one corner of their mouth and be thinking and doing a totally different thing, and you don't know. All you see is an avatar. So when I'm going around talking, like I'm talking to Game Over, I'm talking to Hasdeck, like, you guys could turn out not liking me in 2 weeks. You know, like, it's not. This is not a bound arrangement. Well, why don't you just send all your donations, other methods, in Super Chat? Why don't you send them to the GoFundMe's that you took down? And don't worry, Monty. The most important thing for you is money on this website. That's why you're a failure, Monty. Well, with me, you're a failure, Monty, because you did stop me from making any kind of money. But I don't really care, man. I don't care. At least I'm not a loser like you and all your friends. So, alert. Yeah, you know, imagine I'm getting this guy up. He's like over 60, man. I'm telling you, God bless you, Monty, man. You gotta take your meds and go to sleep, man. It's like 4 a.m. where you live. So, you know, Monty, I don't watch your videos, really. I just scam through them, and then I just, like, take out a little clip and make a movie around it. So the fact that, like, if you were having a live stream, unless you're, you know, stream casting me and trying to get some material for one of your silly videos, you're just wasting your time over here, man. Because, it just shows, like, as a 60-year-old man, like, to be, you know, to be over here doing what you're doing is really sad. But, I already knew that. Because I didn't think it was that sad a scenario. I thought it was more... Be over here doing... I thought it was more like, I didn't think it was so serious. Like, I didn't think it was a psychopathic problem. But, I can't help you, brother. You gotta go save yourself, man. Save yourself. So, I'm just gonna I gotta go here and pop out the chat. What's up, Tidor? Nice to see you, buddy. So, yeah, his former influence brother, it's not me that's, I mean, I might have friggin' thrown a party as he was going out, but I'm not the reason that he has no more influence, man. His actions and, you know, and doing those actions, and every year that he's doing them, it's becoming more and more obvious that he's not really the Illuminati, he's not really a hacker, and he's just some old dude making videos on YouTube. And he just dropped his running shoes just had no more treads, man, and he just friggin' flew right off the track. And yeah, so Monty probably knows that there's going to be a new person injected into the TWOOF movement probably tomorrow from the Cicada group that brought us Kappy, and that got him a little one-way pass over on Lift the Veil, for profit, paid to get onto his show, just like Lift the Veil paid to get on Fango's show when he first came to YouTube. Monty knows all these things because he's one of the people at the heart of understanding and knowing all these people, and that's why everyone turns around and wants everyone to be nice to him again, because they don't want to see what the former. I guess he used to be the figurehead of success for, you know, anonymous protection of a whole bunch of people. I don't even know how many channels he runs around and supervises over and looks out for. But it's a failure now, buddy. And nobody ain't buying that. And you better run around and tell people that I'm your partners, because that's about the only angle you got left. And that'll only work until I start agreeing with you and trying to get onto anything that you're doing so that I can expose more of your simpleton ways that are 80s, 90s, and no longer even in the 2000s. And if you give me your details, I'll send you a computer, man. Mm-hmm. You know how funny, you know how happy I would be. I'll send you a computer, and I'll just make you have to have like one of those what are those called? Those icons that shows that I'm the sponsor, that I'm the owner, or the donor. And pretty sad, man, if you're on YouTube all this time and you're preventing other people from making money, and that's like big, makes you all happy, and then you turn out and you don't even have that much money yourself, that you can't even buy yourself a computer right away. Like if I had to buy a computer, I got like 8 computers. I mean, I got so many computers, they're not even all plugged in. And if I had to buy a computer, man, I could go and buy the best laptop, man, and jump on a plane and go do live streams in Dubai if I want to. Could do live streams from the hotel room next door to George. I'll do live streams on my balcony when I see him come out on his. But, and if you can't just go out and buy a computer and buy new equipment, well, no wonder you're so hateful on other people making money. And as for me, I don't care, man. I don't, like I said, I don't even see the ads on most of my devices because I use ad block, like especially when I use Windows and it's like an actual TV or a computer screen. So, yeah, well, you know, Monograph, my stream is at 5 a.m. in the morning, and it's a stream for people in the UK. I actually have an audience in the UK, Monograph. I don't just have 50,000 subs that don't watch any of my videos because they're all passed away from being too old. Like your subs are from 2006, and I already did this calculation for you. Well, if they were 60 in 2006, well, that's 12 years. That makes them 72. And the average age of adult male in America is, I think, 71 now. Okay, so you're like probably 40% of your subscribers are probably, uh, 6 feet under. God bless them all. If they would see the evolution of how you went from being an amazing creator to devolving into being basically, I mean, it should have been a LARP. I mean, all this, the criminals harassment and the criminal slander and all that stuff. I mean, if only you just didn't go and actually attack people's offline and their families, and it was just all jokey, well, it wouldn't be so bad. But that's the only way people could even believe it's real, because it's just so over the top crazy. So if you're not man enough to recognize that over the top crazy is like, man, you and Laz are made for each other. And Monty, all your friends, I already don't like them. I know who they all are too. So there's a lot of people over in Laz's little gang that like you, that you're gonna see they're gonna have to either like me more, or because you ain't really that much of a thing here on YouTube anymore. I don't know if you looked around, Monty, but people kind of just want you to go away. And God bless you, man. Stay as long as you want. It's hard if everybody doesn't like you, and you stick around. Man, you're fighting it. You're in the battle still, but it's hard, man. It's hard on the spirit to know that all these people praying against you and wishing that you went home, or you just went and started being nice and went away. Well, eventually that takes its toll on you, And people, I spoke to George today, or I spoke to Nold over at Freedom Network, and I asked them over at Freedom if you were in Freedom Network, Monty. If you were in any of these networks, Monty, they're gonna have problems. So, but he right away came back and said no, he's not. But I know Pete Santilli's in Freedom Network, Monty. So you should stop pushing up against me with all your LARPy friends and your 12 years of LARPing on YouTube. I mean, it's a losing battle for you, man. And especially that you can't even do live streams anymore, or upload videos because your equipment's too old and you're only going to make music videos. You probably have someone else making the music videos for you. And the music video was pretty good because it had like that kind of like satanic feel to it, that people listening to that kind of music would probably enjoy that kind of media experience. You should probably do that, if that was actually you and not just a LARP that you make these videos. Because if you don't have a computer to do a live stream properly, you have bad technology for that, well, then you ain't got no good computer to make no videos either anymore, because that's just the way computers go, man. You got to get a new computer every 2 years, or so long top of the food chain. I mean, it only took me 5 cell phones to overwhelm you. So usually when I see you come around my chats, it's a special occasion. It's not really trigger. It's just a clown. It's clown sauce, buddy. I don't know if you'll rewatch the video tomorrow and you'll see who looks smart and who looks foolish. And being that I'm showing my face and I'm the one doing all the talking, and you're chirping in the chat with all my friends making fun of you, this is just going to be another one of your slow ball pitches that I knock out of the park like a home run, brother. And make videos, make fake accounts, go harass grandparents, go hang out with all the biggest losers on YouTube. And God bless you, man. Have fun. That's what you like to do. And you know what I like to do? I like making videos. I really wish I didn't have to make videos about all the losers on, pulling LARPs and lying and deceiving people. But that's my job. That's my duty. And I don't mind doing it, but it's not the greatest, it's not the greatest job watching all these clowns make clowns of themselves and then pointing it out all the time. It gets to you, man. Monty, cleaning up YouTube over the last 3 years, which is basically what I did, because you're pretty much terminal over here, Monty. So, I mean, if I could just catch your body, you'd be off YouTube for sure, man. We'd definitely be in a court of law, brother. It doesn't matter what you think with your smart talk and all your threats of people, this and that. So, you can have as much fun as you want on your YouTube, but your days are over. They're not even numbered, they're over. Your days on planet Earth are numbered, sir. So, you should take care of your human body that you've been neglecting for the last 12 years, being mean to people on YouTube. And doesn't matter if you're nice to 100 people and you all make money, and then you're mean to 20, and some of them friggin' feel like taking their own life. Well, that's not a mark of a hero. That just because 100 people like you, and 20 other people are destroyed, and you feel proud of yourself. Well, that's okay, man. That's your YouTube. That's why your YouTube's falling apart right now, because most of your friends are just, they're non-performers on this website. Like Mr. Caddy, give me a break. Sheena Waters, give me a break. I mean, we're talking about people that were around when there wasn't even video, and they were hanging with you in super chats in 2006 on other websites. Give me a break. And the internet's amazing, because you're probably recognizing now, like I am. I already recognized it like 2-3 months ago. But yeah, it doesn't matter how far you get ahead on the internet. The internet always overtakes you, kid. And just because I'm on the wave, the tsunami that's overtaking you, doesn't mean that I'm going to be stupid enough to try and stay here so that the same thing can happen to me. So, in life, you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out before it happens. Like, you should have figured this out 12 years ago and been a nice guy, and you'd already be retired, man, and happy. You'd probably have a multi-channel network and have a whole bunch of people that you were helping out. And if YouTube wouldn't be as toxic, I wouldn't be running around trying to make good on my promises that basically YouTube, I was manhandled for a while, and so yeah, this is the YouTube that I've been given, so this is how I do my YouTube now. And Monty, most of the reason why there's so much tension on YouTube is the type of activity that you promote, which is, it's basically cyberbullying, buddy. And so, whether you work for whoever, whoever would hire a guy like you and put them to work with, people age range from 14 to 80. I mean, well, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna be happening anymore. There's not anyone that's gonna pay you to come back after this year, Monty. I mean, you're about as toxic as Richie from Boston, and Honeybee, and Titus Frost, and Quinn Michaels is pretty toxic right now too. They're Monty. I don't know if you saw his latest. Did you see Richie from Boston's latest patron? He's down to 380 from 420, buddy. It's only been 2 months. So what's gonna happen when your biggest sponsor just nobody wants to see his videos anymore because they're dumb? And it's not my fault that you guys all promote half good creators so that you can promote them and control them. And all the good creators, well, you try and make them go away. So it's not my fault that I'm at a level, you know, I'm beyond all your little half-wits, your different channels that you try and promote as news and promote as independent thinking guru geniuses like our boy Richie. Remember when I used to hang out with Richie and help him on Twitter there, Monty? And then I was having those problems with Pamela Sue, and I asked you for some help, and you ignored me. I was saying, man, why would he ignore me, man? He must know that you know, and that was it, man. That time when you laughed and you're like, and then you went and struck my channels. Well, this is payback for all that, and it's just karma, man. I didn't even have to do anything. I'm just here, a spectator, and I make a few videos along the way when you act totally crazy. But other than that, I'm a spectator, and I don't just watch you. I mean, I don't just watch your videos. Pretty much, you got to do something really special for me to come out and watch your videos nowadays. Because you're getting as much traction as Laz. You and Laz should do a show together, and the three-legged lion and the two-legged dwarf or whatever it is there. But good. Enjoy, Mr. LARP specialist, and don't worry, I have no problem if you want to record all my videos. And I invite you to act a little bit more crazy than you're acting, because look at what that got you. Look at what happened to all. Look at. Are you even allowed to make videos anymore, Monty? Hey, because it seems like someone's pulled your VidMe card. I mean, I know that Kappy's not allowed to make videos anymore on YouTube. They want him out of the Pizzagate. They want their pizza back. And if I'm a loser, Monty, and I'm your biggest subject, well, what does that make you? And what does that make if you're tending to the loser, so you say. I'm a lot of things. I don't have to be this type. I don't have to be this person, this avatar that I'm presently on YouTube. I could be like Nold. I could do shows for George over on Freedom Network. Tell him hey, I want to change my ways, and I don't want to slug around with the losers and the scumbags and the tooth movement anymore. And want to get a job, and I want to just tell people how not to break the rules and do stuff like that. Monty, I could do that stuff, man. Monty, I could do anything, Monty. It's like it's you and your people that are stuck here and not able to do anything else. You made that life for you, man. You're the one, and all your friends, you're all umbilical cords are all linked up, and I'm still me. And yeah, well, keep your head up, Monty. We're all rooting for you, man. We want you to survive, man. We want you to survive so you can do a little jail time. So don't drop dead just yet. Keep taking your boost drinks. We'll get you up over 160 pounds again. And from there, I mean, I'm going to send Laz some weights so that he can pump iron with a photo of me on his back tarp. And I'll do the same for you. I'll send you some weights, and I'll send you a computer. Okay? Just write your address in there in the chat there, and tomorrow you'll get a free computer in the mail. But Monty, if you are there's nothing wrong with being transgender or any of these genders or multi-gendered or whatever it is there. But if you are one of those gentlemen of the night, let's call them, you can look at my face and you know I'm not gay just from looking at me, because all the other gay guys know. So I don't worry that you don't know. So you making those symbols and stuff is like, It's creepy, Monty. It's creepy because this is not Tinder, and I'm not Jason. So, the whole, what you do with your friends, you shouldn't share that with the kids on YouTube, Monty. And I'd be very happy. I'll check to see the players in the chat. Monty, rest your PvP body, man. It's not, competition is, competition's low, brother. Anyways. What can you do? The avatar, Battle of the Avatars, eh, Monty? Hell. But every year, like I said, you're less and less effective. And this year, you're pretty much bald tires. I mean, running shoes with no threads, bald tires. I mean, T-Door's over here. Remember T-Door? You've been talking about taking T-Door down for 3 years now. So, yeah, I mean, it's ironic that he's here in the chat. But, well, Adelaide, the guy used to do good, he used to do good YouTube. And he would probably be not one problem with him. Other than this, the whole Illuminati thing went to his head. And the whole cyber stalking thing as a game is become a sickness. So, as, like if Jeffrey Dahmer paints nice pictures, I don't care, really, and if Jeffrey Dahmer's mother loves him, and he's got a lot of friends in the building where he had those kids in the barrels, I don't care, man. I'm not gonna make friends with someone that I can see has some kind of a blockage in the way of understanding what other grown men. And Monty, there might have been a time when you were, whatever, I wasn't born, and you were like 12 or 14 or 15. But you ain't at no advantage over me anymore, brother. You actually on the backside of the mountain, man. I still, so it's just you just have to go to sleep tonight, Monty. If you have an ice cream cone or something, have a little ice cream before you go to bed. And just wake up in the morning and watch this stream, and you're going to see that most of the people just want you to be normal. And honestly, if you hadn't done crazy things to my dad, I would even be able to forgive you. So wake up tomorrow, watch the video. If you feel like becoming a man, start erasing the stuff about my father online, and maybe your life will turn out better than it is been going this year. And I promise you, it's not going to go any better because I'm over here. So if you're going to stay over here trying to make your life better, and I'm over here, well, it's going to be difficult. That's all. And if you're turned out to be a nice guy, and just like when I spoke to Freedom Network and I spoke to Noel, and he was real nice and friggin' answered me within 2 minutes. Nope, Monty's not on our roster, and nope, not us. He's not with Freedom. And I was like, maybe I had the wrong impression of you guys. Maybe it's not the whole network that's terrible. Like, the network basically is helping people make a business out of YouTube in some cases. Maybe it's just the network channels around Monty and around Pete Santilli and around the TWOOF movement that are the real problem. And that those people shouldn't be networked. Like if you're going to do a news channel and not like a real channel, maybe you shouldn't be networked and be shamelessly self-promoting. I mean, I don't know, Monty. I'm not going to fix Google from my bedroom here, And my little stream with 11 viewers, well, we're not gonna change nothing on YouTube. All we're doing, Monty, is keeping record, and I'm giving people insight so that they don't have to spend 5 years here. The reason it's getting so bad for you, Monty, and the LARP squad over on YouTube is because the longer I'm here, the less I try and occupy myself with you guys, the clowns, and the more I try and get and help other people do what I'm doing, which is basically making videos about the clowns so that they stop being clowns. And it's helping people, Monty. So people see that and they say, I want to be around this guy. When the lights go out, I want to be around this guy. When the lights come back on, I want to be around China, because it's likely that when the lights come back on, everything's gonna. It's not gonna be like when you rent your house out for a weekend and you come home and all the furniture's stolen. Okay, that's not how it's gonna be with me. But obviously, with a lot of people that have revolved themselves around money. I mean, hell, I don't know. Your best friend could want to steal your wife, your YouTube wife, for all I know. That's how low. I don't know how low down, dirty these people get. But if you can attack seniors, like my dad's a senior, Monty. So if you can attack seniors, it's just you just have a low standard for yourself, and it's probably because you've gotten away with it for so long. So you think you're anonymous and all this nonsense, but mostly people just don't want to deal with you because it's over the top madness, and things change, Monty. What do you think of that ICANN? You think they'll make any difference on social media now that they're gonna hand over the You've been talking about it. You're the one that gave me the heads up. You don't think that they're gonna want to stomp out some of the old guard before they bring in the new whatever the new way is gonna be, where people have to buy licenses and stuff to talk online? You don't think that they're gonna want to take down the shadow boxers and stuff, and people that have actively been working behind the scenes, cyber stalking, like regular people that wanted to do social media? I think the first 6 months of ICANN, so from December to like May, ooh baby, man, I think it's gonna be hot on YouTube, man. I think a bunch of your friends are gonna get called out. Like these people that are heavily vested in the LARPs may or may not be in one of these major, multi-channel networks, but likely know all about that part and just stay away from it because it's easier to be on YouTube and not be part of one of these groups, because you got to follow all kinds of additional rules. And I don't know, Monty, what do you think? No, you didn't miss a thing, man. And if you went for a shower, God bless you, man. You make sure you comb the back of your head there, because you got that duck feather look there the other morning when you had hairs that were like, when you turn to the side, Monty, you got to get one of those mirrors like I got, like the presidential mirror, when you're in the bathroom, you got the 3 mirrors, and you look at your side view, and then you'll see you had like duck feather hair the other night. It was like this, Monty. When you took a drink of your fuzzy navel, and you went like this, and I was like, Baka! But hey, man, I couldn't help. I didn't want to comment. I didn't want to trigger you. It wasn't even a live stream, actually. I don't even think you can do live streams. You gotta keep it on the. You can't do live streams because you can't. You don't want to fumble the ball. And as we get older, it's easier to forget things, man. I'm telling you, like I'm nowhere near 61 years old, but let me tell you, you fumble that ball one time when you're on a live stream, you can't get it back. You can't take back, and if you're doing all kinds of mad things in the background, you might just slip up and friggin' I don't know, attack someone in real life with your camera running live, you know, and beat someone up in an alleyway and stream it by accident. And it's like, you know those people that take Ambien and they get in their cars and they drive around? Well, what do you think happens, Monty, when you're on all these pharmaceutical drugs for lung transplant and stuff like that? I mean, you with all the evil doings and thoughts, I mean, you're likely to do anything. You could end up going to Dairy Queen and friggin' could get ugly. But the question that I was asking about was, do you think there's going to be any difference between the ICANN now, like now that they're not involved, and like who's really policing this? Because there's a lot of LARPs, man. I mean, I'd like to know who's policing it, because I don't think they're doing a good job. But I think when ICANN comes in, because they're going to be pissed at America anyways, because America pretty much owns the internet. It's the American internet. So these people, ICANN over there, I mean, they're gonna want to take some people out. That's what I think. I mean, you're probably small potatoes in the world of ICANN criminals, so you're probably safe. And if you're safe, I mean, hell, shit, I'm friggin' flying by like the high jump, man. I pole vaulted that thing. But frig, I pray every night, Monty, that these ICANN people, that they open a channel and they start doing the ICANN sheriff of YouTube, man, and they start calling people out. Maybe they watch some of my videos and then they're like, man, it's a wrap for this guy, man. We might as well not just take his channel, man. We might as well go over there and put him in cuffs, make him drink dirty water from the toilet bowl at the prison for 2 or 3 days and smarten him up. Let him know that cyber stalking and cyber bullying's serious, man. Especially if you're doing it like a job, you know, where people look to you to be the guy that's measure on this web, or used to be measure on this platform. Now that I'm the new king of the platform, there's not much of that no going on, because I don't do that. So all I do is go around, fluff my feathers like a friggin' peacock, and talk about how I'm friggin' amazing and how I can make avatars. I can make avatars retire. I can make avatars bosses pull their README cards, and you know, I say stupid stuff like that, and then I go around. I promote the idea that you know, I'm helping you quit smoking, and then people are like, "This guy's a friggin' saint." More brownie points, brownie points, brownie points. Why do you think I got so many girls watching my... They friggin' think I'm the... They're like, this guy, I mean, brownie deluxe. This guy's a super brownie. If any of my subscribers are teachers, I mean, they're falling in love with my apple to the teacher kind of attitude. And as for you, Monty, I mean, Monty, honestly, I don't even think if, like, you know how the gay guys will do almost, like, all kinds of weird things, you know? Like, that's the thing about they go to the movie theaters, and there's the gay theaters, and there's all kinds of hanky-panky going. Money, I don't think they would even let you into this, you know? Like, they wouldn't let you in anymore. Like, I know gay guys, they're all pretty and shit, and they got long hair, and some of them do their nails with clear nail polish, and I don't think... Yeah, and especially if they find out about your characters online and how you do this stuff to people, and you harass people's fathers and you harass old ladies like Truth Convoy. Truth Convoy freaks out at me all the time and calls me all kinds of names and says she says I'm even working with you sometimes, or with some of your clown friends. I never attack a friggin'... bring myself to attack a woman that's friggin' lost her child, you know, 2010, not even 8 years ago. God bless, man. That's what I think, you know. All you people don't realize that what you're doing, everyone can see you doing them. Like, what was it, like 3-4 years ago, it was all cachette? Because now it's like, people got videos of you guys, and your comments and your activities, and you're working together, and then your CC girl that comes around and says that how good you are and how nice you are. I mean, that girl needs some pills, man. She's delusional as hell, man. She needs some Ambien. She hasn't probably slept. She's probably a bot or some poor Filipino girl tied up somewhere that Scott Anthony has posting for him. So, you know, some people, they have a homemaker, like a house cleaner, you know. Likely some of these YouTube LARPers, they bring in Filipinos and they don't make them clean the house. They just make them friggin' post likes, open channels, just like all my stuff, and here's your 300, here's your 600 a month, room and board included. Yeah. So, Tidor. Yeah, I know, I'm being gentle. You know why? Because 2 weeks ago when I was putting an end to his giant LARP, people were getting affected that I was, and he started whining that I was attacking, that I was being mean to seniors, or because I said something about a frail body, and he was like, are you admitting you're taking advantages, or you're abusing seniors? And I was like, are you a senior? Or are you the guy are you the Illuminati? What are you, LARPing as an old person now on YouTube? Is that your new LARP? Monty, you're gonna come back as Steve O in his video there, where he runs around as an old person? I mean, you don't have to get makeup up and stuff, but Monty, don't you want to retire gracefully, man? You want me to give you some ideas so that you can retire gracefully off this website? Like the next, let's say, 2 years will go smoothly for you, and people will love you, and in 10 years they're going to talk about Monty. They're going to talk about Monty, the guy that spent the last few years of his life in prison for cyber stalking. They're going to talk about some guy that had something to do with live streaming. Nobody's going to give you credit for anything because of the way that you're acting towards people's parents and old people. Like, you're destined to be and to end up erased. I mean, I know I'm going to be erased, Monty, because my content's not appetizing for LARPs and for all the people that want to make money. But my channels suck, Monty. Like, this channel sucks, man. All my channels suck. So, I don't have no good channels, man. So, you got all these channels, like, frig, man. When you pass away, Monty, I'm gonna friggin' make a shrine to your channels. I'll keep you alive, Monty, for at least 2 years, 3 years after you're gone. And I'll probably spend that time, I'll just become Monograph, like, and turn it around and make it into a good LARP. And, I'll die with the same name but better reputation, and you just go down in history as nothing. You won't even have your avatar anymore. And, I can do it. Look, I'm QAnonada3301. I'm getting ready to just become Cicada. And just like, whatever. I'm GOAT, man. I'm the greatest puzzle solver of all times, according to the measure of Cicada, because I actually solved the scam of Cicada. Well, a bunch of jokers were trying to solve Cicada. A bunch of kids, 15-year-old kids, that don't watch my content. But I don't want to really talk to the 15-year-old kids like DeFango does, and have a bunch of retarded kids wanting fidget spinners. Buy a printer, a 3D printer, and start giving out little kids' toys. I'm a grown man. Just like DeFango's a grown man, but you guys got him working for you so hard that he's the shell of the old DeFango that I used to know, man. He was more of a man when he was flipping cheeseburgers or cheese whiz sandwich, grilled cheese sandwiches. When he was a grilled cheese master. Remember? And, hey, Monty, go grab yourself a drink, man. I'm gonna go get myself another cup of tea. There's people in the chat, so I got 9 people watching, so throw a few questions out there. You know, what do you where do you think you're gonna? How about I ask you a question, Monty? Where do you think you're gonna be in 5 years? You know, and if you want to know, just ask me. I could tell you where I think you're gonna be in 5 years. But yeah, no, I solved the cicada puzzle because I mean, pretty much I was on that guy DeFango as soon as he came around and started coming on YouTube. I was all over his, and I mean, I actually read a post where he said he solved Cicada. It was me that solved Cicada, and if you want to know more about that group, just ask. On some channel that had like 250,000 views. And I just saw DeFango's name next to it. And I was just like, man, what a sucker, man. And you got the Spear of Destiny. And then when I heard of Spear of Destiny, I knew whoever thought of that Spear of Destiny is the biggest grown. I mean, it's the stupidest thing that a grown man would have ever thought he could pass over on the internet. Because as if anyone over 25 years old would believe there's actually a real Spear of Destiny that's being handed to DeFango. So when I heard that he won the Spear of Destiny, I knew that it was a friggin' LARP, and I just kept watching DeFango. Until DeFango started ratting out Thomas and Thomas's lovely girlfriend that I won't mention, because it's of no significance. These people really don't aspire to much. Give me a sec, folks. Did anyone see my video in my new, well, I took my dogs for a ride in my car. I got another car that I drive my dogs around in, you know, so I went for a ride with my 2 dogs. And then I was eating some fast food, and I had my dog, so it was like a bit of a take. I was like becoming Titus, and then I was eating junk food and stuff in my face with french fries, so it was like the Fango. So I'm trying to branch out, you know. I'm trying to attract some Titus subs and some DeFango subs. And I mean, hell, I got the content, man. I mean, with the stuff they're putting out, it's so banana bonkers that my stuff almost. I mean, my videos are like healthcare for DeFango. After he watches a bunch of Unirock videos, I mean, Jesus Christ, do you see this blue ambiance and everything? This is the exact opposite of Unirock. Like, on Unirock's channel, it's very likely that there are people that have gotten epileptic seizures from participating in Unirock's visual, whatever he's got going on there on his screen. Just get myself a cup of tea. But the funniest thing is that, Monty, you being here and me clowning you for like 2 hours, but being nice to you while I'm clowning you so that you can't like strike my videos and make it go away and make me lose my live stream privileges. Yeah. Well, I mean, Denise is she's just gonna think this is a friggin' love affair, man. So, you know what the difference between me and all these people is, Monty? Says, I don't care what any of these people think, man. I know what's going on in my own head. I don't allow people to friggin' gaslight me and make me believe what they believe. So, no matter how your LARP evolves to include me, whether it be with your criminal activities, or even coming here and talking to me and asking me for a wrench, and I will friggin' You will not shake me, man. I will pivot away. I will pivot back. I will be here, man. I'll be here till you're gone, man. And, you know, when you decide to leave is probably it's probably better for everyone involved that you just, you know, fix what you did and just move on with your life. That's my opinion. And this is a good example of how I'm actually a normal person and a nice guy. And you know, if you act semi-normal and not completely psychotic, well, likely you would have never had a problem with me, man. But just the fact that you were acting psycho with so many different people, so many, like, I can't really ever be your friend, ever. And I'm sure most people feel like that. It's just the way that it's the way the cookie crumbles. You know, you make your bed and you lie in it. It's like when you're an ex-con, you're an ex-con, and if you do things that make you that you should be an ex-con, but you're not an ex-con, well, it's good enough for me, man. I don't need to see any more to know, you know, what level of maniacs I'm dealing with. I know that when I'm dealing with them. So, keep drinking, brother. Drink up. Gin and 7 or gin and ginger, whatever it is, man. Drink it up, drink it up. Smoke those cigars. And try and enjoy life. I'm enjoying YouTube lately. These last 8 weeks been quite enjoyable. It's been enjoyable since about May 9th. Monty, what do you think of all the people that I leave in my wake? Like when I drive through, I'm like going through a port, and it's like a little canal, you know, and I go through and friggin' it's like there's signs all over that says no wake, and I friggin' tear right through there, man. Full speed, baby. And then, you know, a lot of people, Monty, they recognize how toxic YouTube is now, eh? They just like, they ain't fooling nobody no more. I mean, even Roy Potter was crying when he heard that what he did to my dad. He was tearing up. I've been following Roy Potter on his live streams, and I've been mentioning, you know, that what Monty did to my dad, my 70-year-old father. 'Cause he's an old dude too. I'm sure he's not gonna approve of that stuff. And who knows? Maybe he does. Sometimes people approve of things, and it's just bizarre, you know. You never would have thought that, but it's the way life goes, man. Orbs and pics are just dust, I think. But I like the Bubbles app. Yeah, the Bubbles look sort of cool. Like, sort of like, yeah, okay, yeah, when I do the Bubbles. I guess I could do that, but what's happening now is I'm starting my streams with Streamlab. So, it's different. It's easier to start them. You just hit one button. You don't have to set up a bunch of stuff. That's why the title always ends up the same. Monty, I get no views, but if you go over on a website and you sign up to me over on my Streamlabs account, you'll see a little googly guy run across the screen like the Fango has. And if you want, Monty, I'll activate text to speech, and you can swear in the background and you can say all kinds of things. Let me know. Frig, I'll make text to speech, man. $20, $50 a comment, man, if you're really triggered. Hell, I could always put out part 2 or part 3 of the video that I made of you. You know, the first Elen video. I only showed you part 1. But you know the video that I'm talking about. You know what video it is, right? So you know it's in that video. So, I mean, hell. I mean, I gotta put that video out one little dose at a time, or this Trigger City over there. And I understand, you know, it's not easy, man. It's not easy dealing with the past and dealing with things 50 years ago. Shit. But, hey, man. You still got time to clean up your act, Monty. Couple years. Clean things up. You know, you won't end up in a hospital with no visits. You'll have people coming. Maybe, you know, I might send you something. I'll send you some McDonald's or something through Uber Eats. Or, because that's the thing about, you know, getting old. That's why I'm the way that I am, Monty. I already figured something out. I'll give you a little secret. You can save yourself 20 years. But, Monty, if you get old and all you have is money, once you pass 60, man, if you're a mean person and you don't have no kids, you ain't going to be able to hang on to that money. Because there's a lot of mean people on this planet. And that's who they're looking for, is someone older, slowing down, that they can do. And then when they see the person's wicked or mean, well, that's what they're looking for, is someone like that used to be wicked or mean. And then they can exercise this same kind of activities on that person. It's like real thieves, you know, they rob the drug dealers. They don't go and rob the stores. Like, you know, so that's what happens in real life, is that as you get older, once you get 60, you know, you want to have a wife, you want to have a little family, you want to have some kids that are going to, once you get 70, I mean, you need to have kids so that you can have somewhere to live. Otherwise, you're in an old age home, and they're trying to put you to sleep at that old age home, unless you got extra money for insurance. And once the insurance runs out, man, it's good night, Irene. Permanent, by the time you get there, I mean, they're going to already have euthanasia. I mean, at least when I get older, they're going to have already had the euthanasia spurt, and then they're going to have stopped it. They're going to say, yeah, we did that euthanasia for 10 years, but didn't have good results. Where people got too frazzled. You know, they started getting freaky. They started running to the woods at 50 instead of working till 65. So, yeah, game over. That's the thing about this website and about these gaslighting trolls, and especially if you're like just a regular person or regular YouTuber and you're not with a million people, that you're not, you know, like if people are nice to you, you want to be nice, you know, but it's really not pleasant to be wicked all the time and to have evil thoughts in your heart. So, I don't really care what people say, because I always tell people, I say, you know, just go ask Monty if he likes me and if I like him. You know, just tell me what he says. If he says that he likes me and I like him, that's freaking, get it on a video for me, please, man. That's gonna be a friggin', that'll be my crowning LARP friggin' twist that I predicted friggin' 3 weeks before. That ain't gonna work. Old man Winter, that ain't gonna work. I mean, if those are the LARPs that you're coming up with now, I mean, this might be your last friggin' month on YouTube. Forget about season, forget about year. You might be looking at weeks. And, honestly though, Monty, can I ask you a question? What happens if you pass away of natural causes, and then all that hateful stuff is left up about my dad? You know, like, don't you feel any, or you just don't even care? Like, you're just gonna go and close your eyes for, you know, 100 years or 1,000 years, because your soul ain't gonna get replayed. You know what I mean? So you're gonna close your eyes and that's it. And then all that slander and stuff, God forbid that guy, you know, he sees that stuff, man. And if you know, you don't even know my dad, you don't even really, you know, to just hate someone just because of me. That's gonna backfire on you, Monty. It's gonna backfire so bad on you, man. And you know, I'm not that stupid. I'm definitely a lot smarter than most of your friends, because I've seen the caliber of friends you carry around with you. So I could straight up tell you that I'm a lot smarter than most of your friends, because I've seen your friends. And, you know, whatever, man. You're borderline already screwing up, slipping up. So, yeah, well, Adelaide, they're gonna bother with you because you support some of my comments and you support some of my content. So there's a whole group of people that work with Monty that are gonna, you know, bother with you when they can. And then all the people that are with, the different groups and this and that and different affiliated little posses on YouTube, they're all going to be like that. If you're not in their little group, then they don't like you. So if you're independent, you make a lot of comments, well, that's how I started. I used to just make comments on Pete Santilli. But it's funny because all these people were around there, and the only thing that protected them is that they were able to slow things down and quiet people off and put out little forest fires here and there. But now they're just not able to. They just don't have, they have absolutely no traction. Even all the Pizzagate people with their 50, 60,000 subs, they getting, Lift the Veil's getting a little bit of traction. Out of all these people, Lift the Veil's the only one getting traction. And Monty will tell you. Monty knows he can't get traction anymore. He's like, And don't think that YouTube wants these people around. Especially not, they're a liability as far as YouTube's concerned. Yeah, game over. Yeah, Daywalker. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, eh? Imagine being here, man. Did you ever think, like, man, 5 years later, like, what the hell, man? And then Pete Santilli was back, and what's his name? Roy Potter was talking about how he was calling out Tracy Beans, because he's saying he knows that Tracy knows that it was bullshit, that QAnon was a LARP, and that it wasn't good for his MAGA movement. And it's like so funny, these people, man. Who would have believed QAnon even one bit, like, from the start? Yeah, we're fighting. There's no fight for the troll of the decade. There was a fight for PvP king of the server, and because Monograph, that's what he had, was his little king thing that he would float around there with his little Illuminati channel, and I busted the head off the king and made that into a queen. And Monty seems to be pretty happy about that. If you scroll up, you'll see a whole bunch of friggin' explicit friggin' pictures that he found. I mean, I didn't even know you could say perverted things with the icons, but I've been learned about stuff that I wouldn't want to repeat, because there is a certain twist that's called a mental disorder when you're talking about many forms of, for sure, what Roy Potter was talking about. He was talking about the S&M, that he thought it was cool that you liked S&M, as long as it's two adults and they're both consenting as adults. So I told Roy, well, you know that it's humiliation and basically harm, but that person says, okay, that's enough, kind of thing, but it's humiliation. And I don't think that an old gentleman dude that's a LDS, it's some kind of an LDS preacher, I don't think a dude like that is gonna subscribe to S&M. Like when he opens his Bible back there, he opens the encyclopedia beside his Bible in his house because he probably doesn't have computers. He's not gonna go for the S&M. That's an '80s thing. This old news, man. The S&M is a sickness, man. But it's a mental disorder, man, to want to be humiliated sexually and stuff. It's sad, but that's what some people are out to. And you're not going to find help with those kind of problems over here on this channel. That's for darn sure. So, yeah, game over. You saw that, eh? Yeah, Roy was looking top shape, man. I mean, he's thick. He's got friggin' good color. His hair's looking friggin' nice, and he didn't have the duck feather look. He's not. I don't think he's drinking. Monty, you should have a look at this guy, Roy Potter, because I think this guy's doing something that you should really, take a moment and. You might want to do it. You might want to just go for it, man, and start doing the Roy Potter. He's got basically everything that you're about needing. He's got his good health. He's thick. He's got ladies. He doesn't have to talk about men and boys and weird, girly boys and stuff like that. And I mean, honestly, Monty, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up an account tomorrow on Plenty of Fish. One with your picture. Well, I won't put your name. It's not going to be like a psycho account like what you do. I'll basically put up your picture, and then I'll put up one with, who could we have you compete against? Roy Potter. And we'll see who gets more, like how many more people I can catfish. If Roy Potter's picture catfishes more, or your picture. I mean, I'm thinking I'm actually going to get queers that are going to friggin' try and respond to me when I throw up that one picture. We won't say which one, we don't know which one, but the Roy Potter picture is going to probably be successful. And I see here he's up on my dashboard, he's wearing a suit, he's got a green tie on, he's wearing a jacket. Captain Potter, man. These guys... And I'm sure he's not going to approve of your activities to my pops. So me and Potter are probably going to end up liking each other. He's going to like me from it. He's going to respect me from a distance, He's going to say, yeah, well, I used to be nice to Monty because I was afraid of him. But now that I've seen what happened to him from this kid, this young guy here, China, yeah, we'll give China a spin. We'll give him maybe... He'll be the new king of the server for a while. We'll give that a shot. Lots of people are going to approve, Monty. Just like everyone approves of me being the sheriff. Like I didn't have to, that one time when you made that video saying you were the sheriff and I was a deputy. Yeah, well, that didn't slide. That didn't even slide for the next video. Now, your boy Caliber Hitter did a video and... he had the two pictures, and he had you as Monty Eastwood. He didn't have you as Sheriff Monty anymore. The sheriff days for Monty have been ixnayed, man. Even your own supporters aren't going to try and pull that one off. But, yeah, Roy's got fabulous hair. And, yeah. So, just to let you know, I have everything recorded and screencasted and photos and all the links to all the videos that Monty made about me and my dad. And that, man, if I just get one opportunity, Monty, you're going to see how much of a friend we're going to be. We're going to be friends till the end, man. And, let me find out who your employer is on YouTube. Let me find out, Monty. Just, if you're a brave guy, you just let me know. And, my pleasure, brother, to make sure that you don't do this to other people. And, I mean, the court system's real, Monty. Jail is a real thing, the things crimes are real, Monty. And when you do crimes against people and against seniors and people have videos of you doing it and saying crazy things, it's pretty much a rap, kid. So keep doing your psycho nonsense, and then your split personality where you're a good guy too. And you know, just people know already. Most of your friends aren't trying to be your friends in public anymore because of me. Because they know that what you did to my dad is... Guy probably not going to forgive you. Like, my dad's going to forgive you. I'm probably not going to forgive you. So, especially not if you don't do anything to make it right. And it's always best to make things right when you have the chance, and not when you're being pressured to make it right. Because usually when you're making it right and it's the other guy that's pressuring you, well, it's not going to turn out good for you. And with that, hey man, 3 square meals and a cot. If you don't got no money, that might just be the retirement plan in 4 years. When you hit 65, you can just turn yourself into the county with your old computers, and you can tell them, look what I did. I need 3 meals and a cot, and they'll send you over there to Sheriff Opio's. You'll have you wearing pink underwears, man, and pink socks, pink shirts. It'll be wonderful. You'll feel great. You won't have to worry about money. You'll probably be able to smuggle a cell phone in, you know. But we won't go into those areas of said talk. Any questions for Tidor? Any questions for the nut? Yeah, that's, game over. I mean, him fixing the things that he's done and also about Denise Matteau, and to leave her ass alone, is going to allow you to have a better life, Monty. I hate to tell you. You're not helping me by taking the slander down. My life is not going to be affected by that slander. It's not, Monty. It's going to help you as a person, growing, personal growth, Monty, what you haven't done since 2006. You pretty much like a snail, Monty. You're like one of those house snails, or box house, or tent snail, or whatever they call them. And you got the same shell on that you had almost your whole adult life. At least me, I'm a new person, man. I'm like a monarch butterfly compared to you. So God bless all my subs. Rach, I hope this was more than you've ever expected. A conversation with the crazy and with the psychic doctor of YouTube. And if, based on this man's activities, I tell people that YouTube is an insane asylum. So if anyone thinks that because I didn't go terminal and get my channel destroyed by freaking out on this guy, and that I pretend to be nice to a guy that clowned my father criminally, if you think that it's a joke and that it's fun and that he's a good guy now and that I'm working with him, well then, it's never going to be able to help you as a person, man. You just believe whatever you're going to believe, man. That's what fucking everyone's doing anyways. So, believe whatever you want. I know how I feel inside. And with that, I'm happy to have all my subs here as a witness that this guy's loco. I mean, completely loco. So, you ain't ever going to get a wrench from me, Romani, and we ain't going to be friends. I ain't going to turn it around. I mean, you would have to do a triple backflip off the high diving board to make anyone want to be your friend on this website, except for suckers and and people that are afraid of their own shadows. People that in a fire, Monty, would freeze up and become extra work for you to save them. Is like a grown-ass man that's frozen up and crying in the corner, man, and the building's on damn fire, and you gotta go down 3 sets of stairs. And guys crying. So those are the people that team up with you, Monty. Weak people. People with no desire to lead themselves. And I mean, I don't have a desire to lead your gang or anybody else or anybody, but I definitely lead myself. I'm definitely my own leader. And Monty, why don't you get Richie from Boston, and me, you, and him will do a live stream, and we'll figure things out, man. I'll help you guys actually salvage what is seeming to be a terminal career of trying to LARP on YouTube, because Richie's gonna start getting ulcers soon. Like so many people are talking. As soon as he makes a video, there's like 100 comments that he pays for, and then there's like 100 comments of people that think that he's a nut, and that his videos are nutty, and that his truck sucks. It's a damn gas guzzler, and he's got a tire strapped with like a... Richie from Boston is not that smart, because he's got a tire strapped in the back behind his seat, and that strap doesn't really look like it could hold that weight of that tire when that truck starts flipping and bouncing around. So, God bless your buddy, Monty. Tell him to be safe in that damn truck. It looks like a friggin' death trap. It's got all kind of boxes and stuff in the back and tires. And Richie from Boston's getting as bad as that other one there. Your friend there, Aaron. Remember Aaron used to do his hot tub with his cell phone with the friggin' cell phone wire plugged in, and he'd have it in the hot tub. I was like, this guy gonna friggin' electrocute himself on YouTube. And it never happened. But go through and watch the videos if you know who I'm talking about, Game Over, and you'll see a lot of his videos. He's got his cell phone with the extension cord going right to the hot tub. I mean, it's completely friggin' brain dead. But I don't think I warned him. I didn't do that duty. Yeah, I think Denise. Well, this is how I explain Denise, because I gotta be careful with Denise, because you know, she doesn't realize that I watch her videos too. And then she'll say something in a video like, oh, me Cholo, I'm nice to him when he comes over, but he's a little bit, you know, maybe he's the few cards. She thinks I'm slow, you know. And, I mean, go figure, you know, like, what can I say to that? It's like, I'm friggin' running laps around the woman and friggin' doing all kinds of things all around this crazy website. She thinks I'm slow. So you can't, you know, you can't help people. People got to think what they're going to think. So what I know about Denise is that from how she's talking, she is explaining her impression and her understanding of and it's pretty good, because she's been here as long as Monograph, and she knows all these clowns. And you know, when she tells those stories about knowing all these clowns, well, that's scary as hell, because it's very possible that those stories aren't just... There's some things that are possibly exaggerated, but the crux of the story and the people and how she's pointing out that these people have been around for all this time, and with Care2 and all these other websites, and that's all verifiable stuff. So I'm happy I helped her. She seems like a pretty savvy journalist type person, and if she could put all that together and have an outlet for her to be happy and to communicate with people, that's cool. And I think the best way to explain Denise is that she's definitely not going to like me all the time. She's going to see crazy things about me, so I should stop really saying anything about her so that she doesn't include me in the story, because every time she includes me in the story, it's some kind of thing that I did wrong or that I'm not that smart. But what Denise has that other people don't have is that she speaks what she believes. She believes this. This is her feelings. And I say, when I say believes it, I mean this is not stuff she's making up. This is stuff that, through her details, through what she knows, through other things, that this is her intuition. This is her developed story. So, for me, that is important. That if a person's, if a person's way to express themselves and to be, see people and be with a community is online like hers, and she did all these things for the last 10 years online, well, it's good to see her have some success, and it's good that she says what she thinks. And if she turned around and all of a sudden always just said good things about me, well, wouldn't that be sad? Because then everybody would think I was on her team. But everybody sees the way she talks about me and is like, man, I mean, I don't even know why you're even her friend. Kind of the stuff that she says about you, very nonchalant, is like, I mean, it's like you're like how I talk about DeFango, like he's a little bit slow, and then she's saying the same thing about me. So, God bless her. I like to see her go. I even like seeing her friggin' launch her torpedoes, man, and then when I see they're coming at me, I'm like, holy smokes, this woman's got she's got no off button. But that's what makes her interesting to watch, and people tune in because she says things to the two extremes. It's extreme talking, and some people like that. It excites them. So I support that. She could have a place and feel better about herself and have any kind of YouTube that she wants, and hopefully this whole YouTube, where it's really a lot of tension and drama, will just, hopefully they can purge that part out and keep the people that just want to speak. And obviously when Denise says something and I don't like it, I don't even thumbs down her video because she already has like embedded trolls that give her 8 thumbs down. So, take it with a grain of salt when she says bad things about me, because I don't mind. And it's not good for me, but if that's what it takes for her to feel a little bit better and to get her feet under her, well then I'll be the punching bag for a while. You can ask Monty, man. I'm friggin' built. I'm built to last. Boy, I took a good licking, eh? Monty, for the last 2 years, man, I'm still friggin' coming. I'm still going on strong. Look up here, Monty. I got my new mask for 2018. That's the moisturizing mask. The other one was cucumber mask. This one's cucumber, and the other one was a clay mask. Or was the other one cucumber? And this one's avocado, Monty. You got the avocado mask here, Monty. And yeah, Rachel's been calling you a gimp, eh? Well, she got the right to do that. She's a good-looking girl. She can call you names. It's just avatar life, man. Girls from other countries can throw all kinds of crazy things around, and it's not gonna help the fighter. She's only made one video. So go easy on Rach if she calls you names. Yeah, Rach, isn't it incredible? But you could still make videos about Kappy picking his nose and lift the veil, always, coming up to the plate to get a new LARP. And you don't have to feel bad about it. But yeah, the trolling, and the bad energy trolling and the hateful trolling, even I'm trying to slow that down and make it more into, helpful trolling. Like I'll troll a guy that he quit smoking, or I'll troll him that he quits drinking. And so it's a troll, but not really. It's like a father thing, where I'm taking that position of an adult position and I'm telling them what they need as to do better. So that's more what I do. It's what I do is stress testing for love. How much love that channel has. And yeah, oh, Fractal Truth, you're back, baby. How's Kappy, man? Hey, Fractal Truth, you know, Monty was in here before, but you're even better. Tell me, how does a channel like yours with 4,000 subs only get 50 views on a video after 3 days, man? I get more views on my live streams while they're happening than you get on videos after 3, 4, even 1 week. I've seen some videos on your channel a week, 150 views, and you get 4,000 subs. That's weird. No? Fractal Truth, how come you always show up, everyone, you know, like, don't you get bored of working with these clowns and being their little, in their little posse comitatus, or whatever they call it? Yeah, I was a bit mad at Fractal Truth, because, he came on one of my videos and he said something like, "You're a dumbass, because re." And I was like, yeah. And you're likely with the gaslighting crew, because that's how they roll. I always send someone to make fun of it. A smart-ass comment. Yeah, well, Canadians are elves. And we do a lot of good things for people, man, especially around Christmas time. Where do you think Santa gets his elves from? So, nice. I'm just making myself a cup of tea, folks. I didn't disappear. Yeah, so, it's been such a magical heat wave here in Montreal. We've had it's been like 30 degrees, or you know, like 90 degrees in the shade, like at least a week now. And you know, you get those like hot showers where it's like just so humid, and then it pours down, and then it's just hot again after. So we've had weather like that for at least 2 weeks a week. It's been incredible. Yeah, so it looks like Monty left. Thank God. Thank God. Ah, GM, you're gonna have to watch this video, man. It's the video where Monty comes to my chat, and instead of just being a total terrorist, well, now he tries to ask for a wrench, and he says little stupid things, and then I clown him for about 40 minutes or 30 minutes. And basically I talked some sense into him. I told him how he's going to end up, leaving this planet and leaving everything behind, and then I'm going to go behind him and erase everything that he's done, and make a better name for myself, stealing his name once he's gone. So I like to keep people abreast, what's going to happen in the future. And hopefully I talk some sense into him, and he's over there now thinking about, yeah, maybe I should take down some of the stuff about the guy's dad and just attack him personally. And then maybe he'll let my avatar, LARP avatar, live. Otherwise, and Monty, the funny thing is, kids, is that you remember he was here for about an hour. You're going to see when you go back. Fractal Truth, your friend Monty was here for about an hour. And when you reach back into the comments, you're going to see, man, I know exactly where he went. He went to go drink his boost drink and take his multivitamin and go to sleep. Because it's hard to stay up with me if I'm trying to avoid the toof movement and I'm up in the middle of the night. And then, I can rest in the siesta around noon. So I'm not too worried about it. But and then I avoid this whole all these clowns. I avoid them all just by being up in the middle of the night. All the people watching are from Australia or Europe, and then there's a couple people like me, but there's nobody over 60 that's gonna be able to stay up with me on a live stream. I mean, the other day I did an 8-hour live stream. I mean, oh, shit, yeah. I think Rach sounds beautiful. I'd never call you that. Frig, I don't know if that's Rach's real picture, but, you know, everybody's beautiful to their mother. So technically, this has a lot to do with confidence, but Rach a lot better looking than me. Let me tell you, she's gonna have a lot better chance to meet a bunch of freaks on YouTube that should be on Tinder than I would. Actually, being good looking in a lady's not really that great unless you come from a great place, because you just end up with more freaks trying to get into your life as opposed to, you know, less attention, less freaks. So it's not always great to be the it's not always great to be the Rach of the class, the most prettiest or the best looking new avatar on the streets. Other than my avocado mask, that's, you know, if you're into organics, that's the look. But yeah, man, game over. What's the latest? I want you to know, game over. I'm going to do a quick overview of what happened for you on this live stream. Basically, I came out telling you about Kappy, how Kappy did a video today, and it came out on Truth Inferno channel that launches all of Kappy's videos. And basically, Kappy was talking about how he's toxic now, and he wants to pivot away from actually bringing the stories. And so what that told me is that they're going to introduce a new character to carry the Kappy. And Kappy's going to friggin' offset to the side. And, yeah, and because they're getting a new character, well, Kappy also mentioned that he wanted to do some kind of a Discord or some kind of a group or some kind of a way to make it so that they can all share their information and work together, you know, hunting people. So, and that just tells me that the Cicada people are involved, and they're going to try and freshen up the story with a bunch of puzzles. And that means that they're just trying to bring in a younger crowd. They don't want the 40s. They want the 20s. And that's what you're going to see this week. So keep your eyes open. Basically, Thomas is going to introduce a new person other than Kappy, because Kappy's gone. He's terminal. And we'll be able to see who it is because they'll be on Lift the Veil's show probably tomorrow or the day after. Like, I mean, this is how basic this psychic genius is basically, I just predict what they're going to do based on what one of their suckers says. And Kappy's they're my best asset right now. This guy's he was picking his nose on camera, and he's 100% no longer credible because of all the crazy things he's already said. So that's an overview. Game over. Keep your eye on Lift the Veil. Someone tell me tomorrow who's Lift the Veil's covering while I'm sleeping. That way I don't have to watch all his videos. And don't worry, when I see this new LARP, whoever's replacing Kappy, I will know right away when I see them. Whenever they start talking and they've never been on YouTube and they start referencing all these people, that's going to be a wrap for them too. So, Yeah, Firesight. He also GM. He also works for Shadowbox. He also works for Cicada, and you know, this Cicada group is heavily implicated with the Kappy group. The Kappy group is implicated with the James Alefantis group from Pizzagate, and James Alefantis owns this voodoo donut shop. Now, give me a break. These people have no shame. So, yeah, I guess I'll read a few comments and I'll chill out with my peeps. Read some comments. Put my legs up. It's 7:04 a.m. on the UK time. Let's say Australia time. It's 7 p.m. in Australia right now. So J-Man should be showing up anytime. Yeah, the Dragon Lady. Well, the problem about this is the thing. I'll speak a little bit on this, Rach and Adelaide. You know, when you talk about these things, and then you have Grandma Woke in the background, if she believes something is real or not real, anything you say will cause sometimes a boisterous response. But the reality is that what is it? Wake a Change. That was hilarious. Yeah, the Dragon Lady and the Dragon Squad. The thing is that there's a lot of people putting in a lot of effort, a lot of people doing things, and then there's a handful of people that are LARPing, and then there's a handful of people controlling the whole set. And you gotta look at it like, you gotta start looking at it like that now. You know, like if it's one person and they're working in a group and everyone's anonymous, and you have to take everything, every extra piece of information, and then you develop, you know, like a scale on how much faith you want to put in that person. And that's an important part, is that it's difficult on YouTube when you get any groups together. That's why all the government groups now are anonymous, and they all pretend to be anons and stuff like that. That's why I'm suspect of anyone that's anonymous lately. But you got to be careful when you're doing anything that's, you know, more than an average person would do. You're doing it for the right reasons, and you're not getting caught up with just like how when the group gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, next thing you know, you're caught up in the fabric of the group. You've become part of the group, and it's important to do that. It's important to have a discussion around the people and whether or not, and then it's also important to recognize the subject matter, and that if people have been harmed in their life, they're receiving the information in a different way, and it's making a different impression upon them. So that's basically what my take is on, if you're on YouTube and you cover anything, and you get to the crux of it, and the actual main characters and the people that are the top of the food chain for those trends, well, it's important, that you recognize that that's a very difficult place to be, based on the fact that it's not like you know if some people say they're honest when they're lying to you. So once you realize all that, you'll be more protected on YouTube by just recognizing that it's a lot more like that than it is a wholesome, family, safe place to be. So, yeah, and the subject matter, because it's, Jesus, Murphy, talk about it's incredible, but we're living in these times, where there's so many people and there's so many illnesses. So You got a nerf, Rach? So everyone, go check out Rach's new video. She did a video, and it's real nice, real nice. And Rach is down here in the comment section, so you can always just click on her icon, and you'll see how to go to her channel and check out the video there. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, no further ado, the man who cleaned up the internet, the man who broke the head off of the king chessboard on the Illuminati checkerboard table. With that, I bid you all adieu. Adieu, mes amis, adieu. And Rach, thank you. And Fractal Truth, man, get on it, man. Fractal Truth, man. Please get to the bottom of why you only got 50 views on your videos and you got 4,000 subs, man. I think I don't think your subs are real, brother. I think YouTube's lying to you, or whoever charged you for those subs. They're not like active subs. They're like subs that don't watch your videos. So God bless Fractal Truth. Good luck with those videos that nobody watches. Thanks for watching, everyone. Likely Monograph is sleeping and has me playing in the background. How sick would that be? Like this pure sickness over here on YouTube, folks. Thanks for watching. China to China to China to 3. Anything that I said about anyone on this video is just my opinion. And if you do have something that you know feel like for whatever reason that you do have something to say on my channel, well, even freaks like Monograph are welcome. Everyone saw that. So Laz gets a little bit tough because it's very bizarre. His insults are very bizarre, so I just ignore the guy. Thanks for watching, folks.